Hello, my name is Valencia Harker and I grew up in Manenberg. This is where I'm currently still residing. I work at the Zika Museums of South Africa and I would like to share my story about COVID-19. Yeah, it was a very challenging time for us, not really understanding what it was really all about. People said many scary things, was afraid to go out, lots of things until it affected us personally. During this time, I think it was level 5 years, we lost our mother due to COVID-19. Very sad and very challenging time for us. I remember the last time I sat with, talking to my mother was in this very room. She was sitting on this chair and I was sitting there. And yeah, not knowing the real symptoms or anything, we had a normal chat like we do every day. And during this chat, I heard the most disturbing noise. It was coming from the chest, and I said, "Mom, what's wrong with your chest?" Because the chest was going on like a car's engine, very loud and a very aggressive noise. And her response was, "No, I'm fine. I have honey and I have medicine," she says to me. I said, "But that doesn't sound normal." She says, "No, I'm okay." I remember it was on a Wednesday. Anyway, I left to go to my home, not knowing that that would be the last time I ever see my mother. So, yes. On May the 10th, it was Mother's Day, I sent her a message from my home. I said, "Mom, happy Mother's Day," not knowing that she's already hospitalized. I said, "I'm going to come down later," but there was no response. And then I just thought, oh, maybe she's busy. She will respond later. At exactly 12 minutes, 12 o'clock ish, yes. She said, she replied. She said, "Thank you and pray for me." That was the response on the WhatsApp. I never thought that that would be the last communication between my mother and I. 2 days later, she passed away. Her organs failed, everything, her heart failed, and then it was confirmed that she was COVID positive. It was very heartbreaking. It shattered a lot of hearts, worlds, lives amongst us as a family. Because at that time we were in level 5 and it was very challenging to even arrange a funeral at that time. I never pictured my mother being buried like in a cold manner as she was. Today I'm not even sure if I buried my mother because I couldn't see her face. There was just no way we could know that that is my mom that we actually buried. No people were allowed, it was just the immediate family, it's only me and my siblings. Yeah, and with that also, there were people that were supportive, but there was a lot of stigma because nobody wanted to be close to us. And I guess it was to be understood because people were afraid, people didn't know what really is going on. So yeah, it was hard on us to manage everything ourselves. We basically had to stand 5 meters away from the grave, from the actual grave. I just remember seeing a coffin going down because I couldn't even go close to the grave. We were chased away every time by the undertaker saying, "Step back, step back." So yeah, it was a very sad time for us. And I think, if I think about it, as my mother being an employee of the Zika Museums for so long, I remember after lockdown coming back to work. I think that broke my heart because I'm used to seeing her in the taxi. She used to take the same taxi as I do, And then we would walk from the taxi rank to the slave lodge, and then we will go our separate ways. And that morning it just struck me that this is reality. She's never coming back. I stood there at the slave lodge for almost an hour, and I just stood there. Didn't want to go in actually, because I didn't have the courage to face the staff, because you have to stay strong, but sometimes I can actually say I was very happy to wear a mask at that time, just to cover up my feelings. I think the mask helped a lot. But people were supportive at work. I'm very grateful for that. And I know my family wanted to be more involved, but the circumstances didn't allow. So I have mixed emotions about many things, thinking maybe if she didn't go back to work, maybe she would still be alive. I had mixed emotions of many things. What if this, what if that, I asked myself. But my mom was a very hard and dedicated worker, and she loved what she did. So that gives me peace of mind. It gives me a peace of mind that she died happy. COVID-19, it affected us personally, because up to this day it's been very hard for us as a family, because my mom was the sole breadwinner of this house. It left us at the point where we have to just wake up. It was a wake-up call that we weren't ready for. Most of my siblings, they weren't ready for it. Understand? So I like to remember my mother in a way that she was always there. She taught me everything I knew, everything I am today. She taught me just to persevere, have patience, Valencia, have patience, do this. And though we don't agree on many things, we never agreed on anything, by the way, my mother and I. But then we look alike. But the respect was there and the love was there. And I guess she knew that. But I miss her. I miss her a lot. It's hard to go to the office. Up to this day, I haven't stepped into her office at work. I just didn't muster the courage yet to step into the office. But there's not a day that sometimes I'll be busy with my duties and just a random thought that crossed my mind. Like, now I'm going to call my mother, dialing extension, and then be reminded that, Valencia, there's no mother anymore. That's how the basic things that that I really have to work through every day. And when staff brings up memories that was shared at work, it hits hard. It hits very hard. But I want to encourage other people there that's lost close loved ones. It gets easier. It does. With time, it gets easier. And I always say to my daughter, we were affected by a global pandemic. And this is world history, I said to my daughter. I said, and your grandma's a part of it. I said to her. And she didn't survive it, unfortunately. But remember her role in this pandemic. I remember before, while she was still alive, we just went into level 5 and things were hectic. People were scared to go to the shops. They were scared to go outside. My mom would go with a car, and then she would make sure all of us had everything, because she doesn't want us to be outside. She would wake up very early to go to a shop and stand in long queues, something I don't have the patience for, but she did it. She did it. And then she would drop everyone's parcel one by one, doing that to ensure everybody's okay. And to have that just taken away in an instant. It's very dramatic. Very dramatic. You don't even know how to believe it, because that's how I felt. Is this true or what? Because I just spoke to her Wednesday, but I do remember that disturbing noise on her chest. And if I ever had to hear a noise like that, it will affect me, because it was the most disturbing noise. She sat in this chair and I said, Mom, it just was like a growling engine, like, and she said, no, but I have honey. And I said, that's not okay. Anyway, when it was confirmed that she was COVID positive, you know, we all had to get tested. Nobody wanted to be close to us, nothing, but I felt that it's only safe and that it's right to inform people that we were in contact with, which we did. We did the right thing. So we informed everybody, and fortunately none of us tested positive. We all tested negative. Yeah, so I think I'm very grateful for that, even the children, everybody that was here. But I remember trying to arrange the funeral, going through things and people just staring at you, and you can hear, that's the house that lady had COVID, can't go there. I think that was more terrorizing than anything, you understand? As a tuberculosis survivor, I had TB in 2010, and I deal with that, and it brought a lot of memories back. In 2010 I was diagnosed with severe TB, and I also experienced the same stigma. And with this COVID pandemic, at least TB can be cured. But with this one, it was different, understand? So I hope this sends a message to people to be supportive of the next person, because you don't know if you're going to be affected next. So your support, it can save a person's life. It can mean a lot to the next person. And I want to encourage everybody to stay safe, practice good hygiene as usual, and yeah, take care of yourself. Thank you.